I was a dumbass, voted for Trump. It was the worst decision I ever made.
I've seen the light, and I got out of MAGA. A lot of us there have seen the light. We have deep regrets.
I feel guilty because I voted for Trump twice. I feel very guilty because I feel responsible. That's why he's still running.
I was with Trump for 9 straight years. I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed in Trump right now. I'm no longer rocking with Trump.
I used to be a MAGA Republican, and now I've turned blue.
And it makes me emotional to know that I ever fucking stood by idly and blind and let that shit happen.
Because I know that I have been a Trump supporter, and I can no longer say that I am MAGA. And
I regret my vote for Trump.
I voted for Trump. I'm done. I don't have any more resilience in me.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into the trending movement #LeavingMAGA, where former MAGA supporters are now openly regretting their votes. From rising costs to political chaos, they are all saying what is doing us is not good. But with the midterms around the corner, the big question is regret enough? Some are empathetic, saying these voters were misled. Others are pushing back, arguing that words mean nothing if their action doesn't change at the polls. And then there are those who say, you made your bed, now lie in it. So this is a true political shift or just a social media trend? And how are people reacting to it? Let's break it all down. Stick around till the end and don't forget to like, subscribe and drop your thoughts in the comments below.
So I just wanted to come on here and say publicly, I'm officially announcing my departure from the Republican Party. We were given 24 hours that we are no longer going to be leading this initiative. And I can say I honestly never thought that I would so deeply regret my vote for Donald Trump. For the last 4 years, I've been the lead supervisor for Project Pickle, finally discovering how many pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. And I just want to say that I'm so sorry to my family. I was so wrong, and I never thought it would come to this. And the worst part is what if we never find out how many pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
Man, I can't believe I have to say this, but I'm no longer rocking with Trump. Dude, I was the first Gen Zer to support Trump. I definitely preferred him in 2016 and to some degree 2020. I was with Trump for 9 straight years, 2016 to today. I didn't vote for him in 2024, actually, thank God. But what happened between me and the employee who told me about the new policy change for giving free water, man, I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed in Trump right now. We would have been way better off with JD Vance or Butch Ware or Candace Owens, but we got Trump, and we know Trump for who he is. He's a corporate shill. He's imposed tariffs. That's not a conservative move. That's not even a nationalist or imperialist move. That's worse than imperialist. It's a feudalist neocon move. And Trump, I hope you know better. I should have boycotted Starbucks in October of 2023, but I didn't because I was stupid as hell. Today, I'm going to sell my Trump stock, and I'm also going to be boycotting Starbucks moving forward.
I have seen 3 different videos in the past 2 days about people. The hashtag is leaving MAGA, and the people in these videos are being super vulnerable, super open. I think it's really great to see. The man whose video I said last night, he got on and he said, look, I am really, really ashamed of who I voted for. He said I felt pressure to vote for this person, like my friends, family, neighbors, etc. He said, but that's not an excuse. Like, I should have known. I should have listened. He said, it's the biggest mistake I've ever made in my life. And now I'm seeing like the repercussions of that unfolding. And the consequences affect everybody. And some of the comments were nice, like, thank you for, thank you for being accountable. Some were really rude and heinous, like, we told you, fuck around to find out, like, what did you think was gonna happen? I just commented, I'm proud of you and I respect you. If you guys come across some of these videos, like, I know a lot of people are angry. I wish anger wasn't the emotion that they were feeling, because that does absolutely nothing. Anger and fear are low vibrational energies and they do more harm than good. So I wish that people would, try and work on that. I need you to understand how difficult it is in today, 2025, this day and age, for anyone to admit that they were wrong. Okay? How much courage it takes, especially putting that on the internet, because the internet's fucking brutal. Especially if some of these people didn't come out and say who they voted for, but now they are. Please don't give them any hate. Please don't be rude to them. You should be proud of them, because it's not an easy thing to do, to admit that you got, right? That you were wrong, that you made a wrong choice, especially when that choice affects a lot more people than just yourself. So please, if you see some of these videos are leaving MAGA or people apologizing, please give them some fucking grace, okay? Like, at least they are realizing and they are speaking up about it and they are taking accountability, and hopefully they do the things to actively make some change now that this decision has been set in stone. Befriend them, educate them, be nice to them, tell them that you're proud of them. And remember, there's still a bunch of people who, even if they feel this way, they won't come out and say it. They won't come out and take accountability. They won't apologize. And there's people who still think that they're right, okay? So please be happy and relish in the fact that there are even people who are like, I fucked up. I'm sorry. What do I do? We're all just human beings. It takes different things for different people, and there's nothing wrong with that. Even though it's a little bit after the fact, they're still doing it. And that's amazing, and we need to see that, and we need to be grateful for that, and we need to be supportive of these people and take them under our wing, because now they're like caught in the middle, right? They're not with their people that they were with, and the people that wanted them with them are pissed. So we need to not be pissed. Okay. I love you guys.
Hello there, ladies, gentlemen, and gentle them. I'm just coming up on here to just touch base with everybody, especially for the first week of the new administration. This is also kind of a confessional video of sorts, because I'm former MAGA. I voted for Trump 2016 and 2020. I felt the whole outrage when he didn't win the second time around. But when it comes to deconstructing my Christian faith and my evangelicalism and everything like that, of course, I did not expect my political views to start rolling along with it. And so I did vote, for Harris this time. I've seen the light, and I got out of MAGA. So I just wanted you to know that if you ever wonder what it feels like for some of us former MAGAs, I can't speak for all of us, but sometimes I do struggle with guilt over doing what I did it's just, I hate myself for this. I hate myself for supporting this the first 2 times. I didn't the third. I'm glad I didn't. Sometimes I hate myself for voting against my interests and the interests of my neighbors. Even all these years, because I have been voting for a little over 30 years. And if you ever come across somebody who is former MAGA, just have some grace for us, please. We struggle with far more than you realize. I can't even put half of it into words. But just want to let you know that a lot of us there have seen the light. We have deep regrets. And it's something that I'm going to have to live with for the rest of my life. I just thank you all for letting me be this transparent. Because for the longest time, I didn't want to just say it out loud. But I just want you all to know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for giving him those chances. I'm sorry. I see things now. I see them clearly. And I think I saw them way too late. But just in time at the same time. So if you ever come across people like me, go easy on us. Just go easy on us. Just treat us with the compassion that we are finally learning about in our lives. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking, and maybe I wasn't. But I know better now. And because I know better, I can do better. But I just wanted to let you all know. We struggle so much in some deep levels with the choices we made in the past 2 elections, not this one. I miss Biden already. I miss sanity already. And it hasn't even been a week into this administration. I even now appreciate Barack Obama. But I just wanted to be able to come here and just be honest. Like I said, if you know people who are former MAGA, people who got out, just take it easy on us, please. We deal with enough already. I love every one of you. And I can't wait to be your biggest defender for every day for the rest of my life. Thank you so much.
Yesterday, when I was waiting in line to check out, there were these women standing in front of me, and clearly they were not from this area, but they were talking about how all of these people were going to protests and that they were all going to the Capitol, and I think that's where they were actually headed while they were here in Arizona. But anyway, they were talking about it, and then they were talking about how hashtag leave MAGA or leaving MAGA, whatever it was trending. And I thought that was so funny. And because they're just sitting there in line talking about this. So then one of the women goes, well, unfortunately, if I was to hashtag leave MAGA, I would have to hashtag leave my husband. And I couldn't help myself. I very loudly went, and? She turns around and she looks at me and she takes a second and she's like, good point.
Is anyone else's head spinning right now at everything Trump's doing? He's cutting this program, he's firing these people, he's renaming oceans, and something I never expected, he's now taking control of Gaza? How is that even possible? Is that something he can do? Just say, I want to take control of Gaza? And how does that play out for the end time scenario? I have so many questions, but one of the top ones is, when does this man sleep? Does he ever sleep? I mean, really, what could be coming next? And what is America going to look like at the end of this 4 years? This man has done more in 3 weeks than Biden did in all of his term. I'm definitely curious to see what's going to come next. And once his picks get confirmed and get busy working, I'm curious to see what they're going to do. I also heard that Trump is planning on going to the Super Bowl. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't think anybody should be going to large events right now, but definitely not our president. Like, he should just sit his butt at home, maybe play a round of golf or something, but stay away from the Super Bowl.
Hey guys, happy Super Bowl Sunday. Rich coming to you here at leavingmaga.org. You may have seen a clip of Homeland Security Director Kristi Noem saying we cannot trust the government. And I wanted you to note that oftentimes those who talk about the evils of government and how it's oppressive and tyrannical oftentimes work in the government. So this notion that government is evil, it's been around since the earliest days of our republic. When I was in the MAGA community over 7 years, I also believed that government was often up to no good. So it gives you a sense of some of the mythological beliefs within the MAGA community. Hope everybody enjoys the game. If you'll be watching, we've got a lot that we're going to be releasing in the upcoming week. As always, appreciate you guys watching and your support. Make sure you reach us at leavingmaga.org.
Alright, the hashtag #LivingMaga is making waves across social media as former MAGA supporters openly admit regret over their votes. Many are saying what he's doing us is not good, acknowledging that the policy they once supported have ended up hurting them instead of helping. This shift is significant, but it also raises important questions. Is this a real political transformation, or is it just another online trend? And more importantly, will these regrets translate into actual action at the polls? Let's start with what is driving this wave of regrets. One of the biggest factors is the economy. Many MAGA voters supported Trump under the belief that he would bring back jobs, lower taxes, and make goods more affordable. Instead, they are dealing with higher costs, job instability, and even tax hikes that are hitting middle-class and working-class Americans. Some are realizing that Trump's tax cuts primarily benefited the wealthy and big corporations, leaving everyday people to struggle. Take the issue of inflation. Under Trump's policy, the economy hasn't improved in the way his supporters expected. Price for essential goods, food, gas, housing have remained high, and for many working-class Americans, wages haven't kept up. Some former supporters are admitting that they were sold a false narrative, and now they are facing the consequences of policy that favor the rich while leaving the average American behind. Then there is the issue of civil liberty and rights. Many of these voters believe Trump will fight for American freedoms, but now they are seeing some of these freedoms being rolled back. His administration attacks on healthcare, worker protection, and even basic democratic process have led to frustration. Some have even been personally affected by policy they once supported. For example, small business owners who backed Trump for his economic policy are now struggling under his tariffs and trade policy that made goods more expensive. Another major issue is immigration and mass deportations. A lot of MAGA supporters backed Trump's strict immigration stance, believing it would only affect undocumented immigrants. But now, as mass deportation expand and harsh immigration policy disrupts industries like farming, construction, and even healthcare. Some supporters are realizing this policy hasn't just affecting others, they are hurting the economy and communities as a whole. The same goes for healthcare. Many MAGA supporters cheered on Trump's attacks on the Affordable Care Act, believing it would lead to a better healthcare system. Instead, they are facing higher premiums, fewer protection, and for some, complete loss of coverage. Stories are surfacing of former MAGA voters who are now struggling with medical debt and realizing that their support for repealing Obamacare came back to haunt them. However, despite all these regrets, not everyone is ready to forgive and move on. A large portion of the population, especially those who were directly harmed by MAGA policy, are pushing back, arguing that the regret alone is not enough. Many are saying it's not enough to say you regret your vote, you need to take action. This means not just acknowledging mistakes, but actively working to fix them by voting differently, supporting better policy, and speaking out against harmful historic. Communities that were warning about Trump and MAGA from the beginning are now frustrated that these regrets are coming too late. Black, Latino, immigrants, and other marginalized communities tried to sound the alarm years ago, but there is warning we are ignored. Now, as things fall apart, some of the same people who dismiss those concerns are suddenly realizing they made a big mistake. For many, it's hard to be empathic when they have been dealing with the consequences of MAGA policy long before this regret started trending. At the same time, political analysts are questioning whether these movements represent real change. Are these former MAGA voters actually going to switch their vote in the midterms, or are they just expressing frustration without real action? Some are politically homeless now, feeling betrayed by Trump but still unwilling to vote for Democrats. This makes their future political behavior unpredictable. Another key factor is social media. The hashtag #LivingMAGA trend has taken off on platforms like Twitter and TikTok, where people are openly sharing their regrets. Videos of former die-hard Trump supporters admitting they were wrong are going viral. And this kind of public reckoning is something we haven't seen at this level before. Some of these videos show people breaking down emotionally, feeling betrayed by the movement they once believed in. Others are making direct calls for change, urging fellow former MAGA supporters to rethink their political choices. But not everyone in the MAGA movement is expecting this shift. Hardcore supporters are dismissing these regrets, claiming these people were never true MAGA supporters to begin with. Others argue that the media is exaggerating this trend to make it seem like MAGA is losing support. This internal dive is creating tension within the movement, with some defending Trump no matter what and others finally waking up to reality. The biggest question now is what impact this will have on upcoming midterms. If enough former MAGA supporters actually change their votes, it could lead to major political shifts. But if their regret stops at social media posts and doesn't turn into real action, then it won't mean much at all. Regrets alone won't undo harmful policy or change election outcomes, only action will. So what does this all mean moving forward? For one, it highlights the power of misinformation and propaganda. Many of these former MAGA supporters are now admitting that they were misled by false news, far-right media, and Trump's own history. Some are even going through what is being called a deprogramming process, realizing that much of what they believe was based on lies and fear-mongering. This shift is important, but it also raises concern about how easily people can be manipulated by political narratives. Secondly, this trend shows that people can change their views, but it often takes direct personal impact for them to do so. Many of these former MAGA supporters only started questioning their stance when they personally felt the negative effects of Trump's policy. It raises the question, why does it take personal suffering for some people to realize the harm of certain political decisions, and how do we prevent this kind of political miscalculation in the future? Finally, this movement is a reminder that political engagement doesn't stop at voting. Regret alone won't fix the damage that is being done. Former MAGA supporters who are serious about change need to get involved beyond just voting. They need to educate others, push for policy changes, and take an active role in shaping a better future. At the end of the day, #LivingMAGA is a fascinating moment in American politics. It shows that people are waking up, but it also reveals deep divisions and challenges in our political system. The real question now is, will these regrets lead to real change, or will it be just another fleeting social media trend? Let me know your thoughts in the comment. Do you think these former MAGA supporters truly regret their vote, or is this just frustration without real consequences? And do you believe their regrets will actually change anything in the midterms? Let's talk about it. Thank you for watching, and let's continue this conversation in the comments below. Let us share our thoughts and perspectives with one another. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on the story and more. I will see you in the next video.